had been looking at about moving forward in terms of education in some capacity for a while, but I was never quite sure which direction to take. Now clearly my background is data centers, so when it just came about, I saw a leaflet about the master's degree. I thought, I need to find out more about this and see whether it could fit my needs. It was purely a professional target. It wasn't a requirement for my role at the time. And I talked with some of the CNet staff who were promoting this whole program, and I liked what I heard. So I decided to sign up for it, take it on as a personal challenge.
I actually work in the structured cabling industry, where we support a lot of data center customers. So for me, I wanted to do this degree mainly to broaden my knowledge and also just extend myself and challenge myself really, and to bring those skills into my organization, so that I have a more holistic and better understanding of data centers and the challenges facing them.
For me, distance learning, it was attractive for me because ultimately it was the only practical solution for me. I had to try and balance my work life and my family life, as well as with the challenges of a master's degree, and the remote working was the only practical way I could do that.
Distance learning, you can make it fit around life really. Obviously, I'm in full-time employment, so it's not practical to leave work to go and take 3 years off to go and study. So distance learning fits around my schedule, and so it's all online, which makes it a lot easier.
So my distance learning experience was an interesting one. It's a challenge because you haven't got anybody alongside you helping to push you along when you're feeling less motivated than you should be. But the advantage of remote learning is it gives you such great flexibility. So I was studying on the train, I was studying when I was flying, I was studying in my breaks in the office. I was arriving in the office early, I was studying, I was leaving late, I was studying in the evenings. And so it gives me great flexibility. While
it does fit around my life, you can feel isolated, but the tutors are good, and things like this boot camp where you get to meet people face to face has been really rewarding. Some of the things that would have been beneficial to know before I began my studies were really, I'm not from an academic background, and so there was a few things that really caught me out, and it was the intensity of the study, the amount of research that's required of you, and simple things like even just the referencing. It really caught me out as to how much detail is required to undertake the referencing you need to apply when you provide any documentation back to your tutors. It's important just to set a schedule and have an idea of where you need to be in terms of the topics, what you need to have done. So if you work into a schedule, it makes it easier. Well, I can honestly say that being able to balance the commitments that you need to push into the master's degree with your work life and with your home life, you need to get the support of your friends, you need to get the support of your family to be able to achieve it. Otherwise it's really, really difficult. And I did have that, and it was great because they understood when I had to say no thanks to those night outs, no thanks to those family get-togethers, and when I had to stay sober when they could go out and have a drink. In terms of the value it brought me and my personal capabilities, it's interesting because you think you have reached in your career a certain level of understanding about the requirements of your role, about you as an individual and what you can achieve in your capabilities. But the master's degree stretched me again. It stretched me beyond the whole idea of the research that you have to do and applying yourself to that research. Being able to assimilate so much data and put it and be able to tell a story with that data. I've learned so much more about how to do that and how to achieve that. It's the skills in critically analysing topics and issues and thinking, and I think my level of writing has improved, or the quality of my writing has definitely improved, and it's nice to be connected to the industry. So having these chats with industry leaders and provoking further thoughts that we can influence the industry going forward. I'd say preparation is absolutely key. So be prepared to take on a major challenge, be prepared to commit, be prepared to embrace the number of hours that you need to study to get the end result, but the reward is there, and it's a very rewarding experience. For hints and tips on success in a master's degree, you need to have somewhere to work at home, to get away from your family, to get away from your friends, where you can actually apply yourself and study. So that's quite key. Be prepared for the amount of work that you need to undertake, but it is worth it, and I would say if you're going to take it on, then best of luck to you.